Yes.
So 1 month Friday from her surgery. And, you know, in all reality, the surgery itself went pretty well. I think the doctors all said that it went better than they expected. Everything, for the most part, went pretty smooth. You had I mean, really, the surgery wasn't that brutal on you. What took probably about a week and a half to really kind of recover from the worst of the surgery. Did go through some difficulty because you caught a stomach bug on top of that, which, good grief, that about killed us. Well, about killed you anyway, I guess not me. We spent the majority of, what, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in the hospital getting rehydrated. But now we seem to be past most of that. So she's feeling much better now, I think. I'll let you talk about that.
I am feeling much better.
So, and getting ready to go back to work after being a month off of work. So first thing I wanted to tell you guys is just thank you so much for all your prayers. You know, we shared on the channel, well, I guess about a month ago, that, you know, she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. This was I don't know, kind of a surprise to us because, well, I'm going to let you tell this because you know the details better, but you had your mammograms back in what date? When was that?
I had a mammogram in July. It came back that I just had dense breast tissue and totally normal, so I thought we were clear. That was my first mammogram. I am 40 years old, but my family has some history of breast cancer. Both my sister and my mom have both had breast cancer. My sister had to have a bilateral mastectomy, which is total. My mom just had a lumpectomy. The backstory for my case is in August, I think it was about August, I found a lump. I went ahead and told my my gynecologist. He
wasn't too concerned about it at the time.
Yeah.
I remember when we went in, you ended up having to schedule a lumpectomy, and when we went in to talk to him about that, initially they were going to do a needle biopsy, and then he said, you know what, it's so superficial, let's just take it out. I don't think it's really anything to worry about, but we'll take it out and test it. And, well, it came back as cancer, kind of a big surprise to us. But, I mean, the good part about that was what they told us was we caught it as early as you could possibly catch it. So that's very good, and still that is good. I mean, our prognosis is still good, but there has been a little bit of, I don't know, some unknown stuff going on right now.
We saw the oncologist on Tuesday of this past week. He thought that there was no invasive cancer, and that is not what we got on the original pathology of the tumor. When I had the mastectomy, it turned out both sides had cancer. One on my left side, it was less invasive, but the right side, it still had invasive carcinoma.
But the pathology from the mastectomy came back as non-invasive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your lumpectomy showed invasive.
Yes.
So that's where there was a contradiction there. The oncologist actually came in saying, well, it's non-invasive. We got your pathology reports back from the mastectomy. It's non-invasive. And she piped up, well, wait a minute. My pathology from the lumpectomy came back as invasive. And you could see him kind of being a little bit confused at that point because there was a contradiction between the two. So it's kind of where we're at right now. He came in with the attitude of, well, this isn't any big deal. Non-invasive cancer, you just need just some pills for about 5 years and you're done. That's it. You're done with it. But if it's invasive cancer, then you're going to need chemotherapy on top of that. So he couldn't give us a definitive answer at that point. He's going to have to order some retesting. I think is where he's at now. Ordering retesting.
He ordered a special test. It's called an Oncotype DX test that they do on my tumor. That gives them more of a guesstimate of whether I may have cancer recurrence later in life. And he also did some gene testing by blood to see if I carry the gene for cancer and for other cancers in my life. And we will know more on the 29th of January. Whether I will need chemo, and he knows for sure that I will need radiation treatment. So we're just preparing and getting ready for that news and praying about it.
Yep, praying every day about it. Mm-hmm. So that's where we're at right now. We just don't know. Your prognosis is still very, very good. It doesn't. We caught it incredibly early. It doesn't. This. It's just a matter of right now, is she going to need chemotherapy or is it going to be just some radiation and some pills? There's a big difference in the treatments between that, and I know that's probably. I'm the eternal optimist. I have very strong faith that God's going to see us through all these things, that we're going to be fine. Not that you don't. I don't mean it that way, but I'm the one that just thinks, I don't worry about things until I have to worry about them. So to me, it's not that big of a deal. Of course, it's easy for me to say because I'm not the one going through it. Right. So it's I guess from my standpoint, it's difficult for me to know how to support, my wife through this struggle. For you, it's just the fear of the unknown, right?
Right. What I've been doing to help myself cope with everything is just learning as much as I can. I'm devouring books about breast cancer and just I'm sticking with the websites that my doctor has given me, which is better to do, and not search out the things that could happen. I'm just trying to focus on preparing myself for the chemo, just knowing as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. So in your mind, what we talked about the other day, in your mind it is better to be prepared for it and not have to have it. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I don't know. I think that would drive me crazy. I'm the kind of guy that's just don't worry about it at all until I have to worry about it, which is, we're a contradiction in that sense, which is probably good because we balance each other out a little bit, I think. But, it is still, I can imagine, we're in space in the back of your head all day. Yeah. It's just always there. In a lot of ways, life is just normal. It's, you've recovered from your surgery.
Yes.
You're able to, you're pretty much back to normal as far as getting around, doing things. You don't need me to watch over you and take care of you all day or any of those things.
But you did a great job.
Well, I'm glad I could. That was, in a way, that was easier for me because that was a very obvious, this is how I can support her. But it's also, I'm very happy to see you back to, being able to do for yourself and being able to take care of yourself and not have to worry about relying on me. But at the same time, I don't know how to support you now because I don't know, it's just, like I said, it is always in the back of your mind. Life is back to normal in a lot of ways, very routine in a lot of ways. we took down the Christmas tree. We put the Christmas ornaments away just like we do. I mean, it's just normal life. But there's always in the back of your mind that we've got cancer. There's maybe chemotherapy is going to be needed, maybe not. And if it comes back as they do further testing, it comes back as non-invasive, then I mean that's the best possible news we could get right now, because that means you're pretty much done. What did he say? You'd have to take pills for about 5 years and be done, and some radiation.
Yeah, radiation. Some radiation. I absolutely have to do radiation because the border, the margin that my tumor was at and what they took out for the mastectomy, there was still positive, they call it ductal carcinoma in situ, and that means my cancer is in the duct. And it's in situ means that it's not yet changed over to positive cancer.
Okay. I don't know. Don't look at me for the answer. I listened to what the oncologist said, but I don't know.
It has not breached other tissue. It has not breached and gone into other tissue. That's what makes it invasive.
So, I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, that's it. That's where we're at right now. It's just the unknown. It's just more waiting. For me, again, like I said, I'm the eternal optimist, so it's not hard for me to wait, because I just have faith that the outcome is going to be good, that it's, we'll just deal with it as it comes up. I'm kind of a spontaneous, just deal with things as they go kind of person. I can't sit around and just, worry about those things all the time. It'll consume me if I do, but it is always in the back of your head. It is always there. And you're the other way around. You need to know everything about it, prepare yourself all the way around, because you're not...
I wouldn't say that I'm a pessimist. I am not. I know that God will get me through all of this, whether I have to go through chemo and radiation, or if I have to just have radiation. I'm going to be good no matter what. But for me, it helps me to know more and prepare myself, and just know that if I'm going to have chemo, I'm going to know what to do. I'm going to know how it's going to affect me, and I can handle it.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a whole lot more to update you on. It's just, it's a difficult time in a lot of ways, but I can't imagine how people that do not have strong faith can go through these things, because if you don't, there's nothing that we can do in our own power to fix this. It is totally reliant on God, and I'm so thankful that we do have a God that cares for us in every aspect of our life, that watches over us and just sees us through these things, because if we were left to our own devices to deal with this, there's just no way we could. No way we could. But life is back to normal in many ways, because we do have that strong faith, and we do have God that does care for us, that is going to see us through these things. So we can just go on with life in a lot of ways. And in a lot of ways, although it is always in the back of your head, it's not like we're sitting around worrying about it all the time. No. Life is, in a lot of ways, back to normal. It's not... I would have thought it would have been worse to deal with, actually, than what it has been. And we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
We're
no matter what.
Anyway, I do want to say thank you to all the viewers. So many of you, every time we talk on the live broadcasts, are asking for an update on how my wife is doing. You're expressing how you're praying for her, and I just thank you guys so much for that. That does mean the world to us.
It does.
We appreciate that.
It's a beautiful gift.
It is, and it's so great to have. Another benefit of being a strong believer is that we have that family in Christ, that even if we haven't met face to face, even if we haven't, you're halfway across the world, and you're dealing with your own struggles, we're all still family. We're brothers and sisters in Christ, and we have that connection no matter what, and that is a true blessing. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it all, and we'll keep you updated on how things are going. It's going to be a little while before we know much of anything, but we felt like those of you that had been praying for us should know what's going on right now. The prayer we need right now is that it comes back as non-invasive, that she doesn't need chemotherapy. That would be the best case scenario. So thank you so much. Again, we'll keep you updated, and God bless each and every one of you.